The Wildlife Heritage Foundation in Kent is a conservation trust that looks after a wide range of rare and endangered cats, with the aim of hopefully reintroducing them back into their natural habitat. That is, of course, if there's any of it left. One particular cat is the Russian Amur leopard, which is thought to only have 30 individuals left in the wild, and of that, only 6 females, which obviously makes it really hard to breed. Now, these are truly magical cats, and along with the snow leopards, Sumatran tigers and lions, are just some of the favourite beasts here. Today we're following a group of photographers on a big cat day experience, led by Photography TV's Peter Davey.
Carefully watching the cats to make sure they don't have your fingers. Is just pop your finger there, just on the wire, and you can rest your lens on it. Okay, that will give you like a reference point, things like that.
But first, let's join Peter and the rest of the group as they meet up with the keepers and get introduced to the big cats.
Okay, some of the things just to make you aware of is this one here, and it says solid steel. This was actually one of the one side of a portcullis door from Tamir's enclosure. These ones here are teeth marks, and those ones there are claw marks. That's what they're capable of doing. Okay, so obviously if you think what your flesh is like compared to that, it would go through you very, very quickly. That was a barrel which was full of water, which it probably take more than 2 blokes to actually lift up. Nias, who's the smallest subspecies of tiger, he had that in his mouth for about 10 minutes, so it's self-explanatory. That is how close you are going to be getting, as Peter already said, to the cats. It's going to be that between you and that's it. Okay, it is strong enough for doing it. They can jump over it and they will not come through at you, so you can stay on the shot as long as you're not too worried about getting a black eye if the cat bounces on it, because it does obviously give. You know, you're here on a photographic day, enjoy the day. That's the main thing, that's all we want you to do. Enjoy the day and take great shots.
Now, the guy who's allowed us to be here today is Mark Edgerly, who's the CEO of WHF, and luckily I've had a chance to have a chat with him before the rain starts.
Well, Wildlife Heritage Foundation was formed to support big cats both in the wild and in captivity, and this part of our operation is the breeding centre, and we intend it one day to be a breeding centre of excellence for a number of European species. The zoo industry in Europe has about 320 different breeding programs, several of which are for big cats, and it's obviously the big cat ones that we deal with here.
So how did this place come about?
Well, the centre was here. It's been here since about 1990. It was built by a local farmer originally to house 3 rescue lions. That was the original purpose, and then 1 or 2 other charities came along and asked him whether they could build enclosures in his field for rescue animals they had. In those days, they were still there were rescue organisations around taking lions off beaches all across Europe, something that's now illegal, and it doesn't in fact happen within the EU. But there was a need to home these animals, and they were homed here. Yeah. That need dropped off. The farmer decided that he wanted to sell the land, so the owners of Paradise Wildlife Park in Broxbourne in Hertfordshire, they bought the site as a sort of overspill for their zoological collection, and also an opportunity for them to get more into cat breeding. Their main public site's just not big enough.
So does this place get a lot of funding, or?
No, it doesn't. We earn an awful lot of our money from photographic days, sort of thing that's going on today. We run encounters. We work with a couple of encounter companies, and we sell our own encounters now off our own website, and that's where the bulk of our money comes from. We obviously get things like public donations. We're a registered charity, so people can sign gift aid declarations, and we can get tax back that way. But we don't get any public support as such.
I mean, this place is obviously a great opportunity for photography. So how did you decide to get photographers in here and do those kind of days out?
Well, one of our founder trustees, a guy called Pete James, had his own. Pete sadly died earlier this year, but he had his own centre, and he funded that with photographic days. So he came down here, ran a few days, taught us a few tricks, and we took it from there. And in the early days, I think the first year we did about 12, and now we do about 70 odd a year.
Whoa, and they're obviously a big success, aren't they?
They are, yeah. I mean, we're getting to the stage now where we're turning people away.
Really?
Particularly commercial photographers. We're rationing the number of slots that they can have. We work very hard to keep the cats cool and calm.
Yeah. I heard that you keep lavender in one of the pens. Is that right?
We're planting lavender around a lot of the pens. Yeah, the cats seem to like it, and we've used aromatherapy oils with some of the cats as well.
Oh.
Right, okay, so what we're going to do, we're aiming for the lioness over there. What we're going to do, we're going to come down to her level, get a nice low shooting position. I'd recommend aperture priority for this, around f4. Should be giving us, in this sunlight, somewhere around 800th of a second, which is good. You've got a preset white balance, which is good. You're also shooting raw, which gives you that little bit of an insurance policy as well. So let's get the cameras up to the wire, make sure we're shooting through the square, and let's give it a go.
Some useful pointers there from Peter. The cats and the keepers did their bit too to provide the group with a fantastic photo opportunity and with some great results.